done. There's supper awaiting you indoors." Inside the house, the boy followed silently as Broichan led the way past the frankly curious eyes of his serving people and into the hall, which was occupied by the two old men, Erip and Wid, and a tangle of large hounds before the fire. The dogs raised their heads, growling a warning. The boy flinched, but made no sound. The old men had a game board and bone playing pieces on the table between them. Bridei's eyes were caught by the carven priestesses, warriors, and druids, each no bigger than a man's little finger. He hesitated a moment beside them.
"Welcome, lad,"
Erip said with a gap-toothed grin.
"You like games?"
A nod.
"You've come to the right place, then,"
said Wid, stroking his white beard.
"We're the foremost players in all Fortriu. Crow corners, breach the wall, advance and retreat. We're expert in the lot of them. You've a look of your mother, lad."
The blue eyes regarded the old man, a question in them. "Enough," Broichan said. "Come, this way." He must remind Wid and Erip that the child's rearing was to be in his own exclusive control. Bridei's new life began from this moment. The child must tread the path unburdened by the knowledge of just who he was and what he must become. Time enough for that when he was grown. They had 10 years, 15 if the gods smiled on them. In that time, Broichan must mold this infant into a young man, fitted in every way for the great part he was destined to play in the future of Fortriu. Bridei's education must be flawless. Indeed, it was as well he had come so early. 15 years would scarcely be long enough. "This chamber is yours," Broichan said, placing the candle he held on a shelf, as Bridei looked around the little room with its shelf bed, its storage chest, its small square window looking out on rustling birches and a patch of dark sky. "You seem weary. Sleep now, if you are ready for it. In the morning, we will begin your education." People at Pitnochi were always busy. Bridei became expert at avoiding the grim-faced housekeeper, Mara, and the ill-tempered cook, Ferrat, as they barked orders at their hapless assistants, or set their considerable energies to beating dust from wall hangings, or turning a side of mutton on the spit. Even the two old men were always doing something. Often they were arguing, though they were never angry. They just seemed to like to disagree about things. Bridei, too, was busy. Broichan's lessons were challenging, commencing with the lore of plants, trees, and creatures, and moving swiftly to include the practice of personal disciplines of silence and concentration. Bridei was a few years younger than the boys who went off to the Nemetons for druidic training, Broichan said, but not too young to make a start on such work. For a while he fought back tears each night as he lay in his chamber waiting for sleep. But soon enough his mother and father and his big brothers began to fade from Bridei's memory. Little things stayed with him. His father's belt, broad, dark leather with a silver buckle in the shape of a horse, a sweet scent he associated with his mother, violets or some other hedgerow flower. When even these were becoming distant in his mind, he remembered his father's parting words. "Obey your foster father in all things. Obey, learn, and do not weep." The seasons passed, and Bridei followed this instruction precisely. He was pleased that, in a small way, he was meeting his father's expectations. Erip and Wid, who played their part in his education, had explained to him about fostering, how it helped families form alliances and made young men stronger and more useful when they went back home. He did wonder why his family had chosen him to be sent away and not his brothers, and he asked Broichan this. "Because you were the most apt," the druid said.
"When will I go home?"
Broichan turned his dark, impassive eyes on the child. "That is a question only the gods can answer, Bridei," he said. "Are you dissatisfied here at Pitnochi?"